Right, now this has been happening. Senior staff members of Ghana Grid Company Limited have today announced a series of industrial actions starting from tomorrow that could result in many power cuts, plunging the country into potential darkness. The association says it will withdraw all emergency services from tomorrow. They'll picket the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance next week, all in demand, of course, and in a fortnight, declare a nationwide sit-down strike. They're citing neglect by the central government and huge amounts owed them by ECG, Northern Electricity Distribution, DCO, and VALCO as reasons for their action. Now, speaking at a news conference, the chairman of the National Association, Rafael Cano, revealed that ECG, VALCO, and NEDCO owe GRIDCo $598 million, $28 million, and $178 million, I'm going to assume dollars as well, as at February 2019. Now, we're going to learn more about that from this.
Effect, we declare the hoisting of red flags at all locations with red armband by all staff. This is to show our displeasure .
All right, let's learn more. We have with us Rafael Cano. He's a GRIDCo Senior Staff Chairman. He's here with his colleague Francis Ajate, who is a Division Union Chairman of GRIDCo. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Now, this is serious. Nobody wants their lights off. So please walk us through it. What exactly is the situation and why are staff members deciding to take a stand?
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. I think that if you've been following events in the power sector, May this year, during the May Day celebrations, staff hoisted placards with various inscriptions indicating the indebtedness of ECG, VALCO, NEDCO, which is having a negative impact on the operations of GRIDCo. And for that matter, we item a series of actions to be taken. Somewhere May 15th, there was a meeting at the presidency with our management. Prior to that, our management wrote to government for a 250 million cedis to help them turn around things in GRIDCo whilst they wait for the ESA. The president directed the finance minister on that day. And thereafter, we were called. So we said, well, once the president of the nation has intervened, we are hopeful that something will come up. Lo and behold, 6 months down the lane, nothing has happened. Apart from that, ECG keep on accumulating our receivables. And for us, with the advent of PDS, we heaved a sigh of relief because we had some enhanced payment from PDS. Just as PDS was suspended, and ECG has taxed PDS to collect the monies on their behalf. They keep on accumulating the funds again, and up to now, they still owe us a huge, apart from the legacy debt, which was hanging on their neck. And we think that enough is enough. So staff...
Let's clarify the numbers again, because it wasn't very clear from the script. Yeah. So who owes you what?
Yeah, as we speak now, ECG owes us the old debt 607 million Ghana cedis as of March 2019.
Okay.
PDS, prior to their exit, and which the money was collected by ECG, owes us 94 million Ghana cedis. VALCO owes us 32 million Ghana cedis, approximately, as at September 30th, 2019.
So all these numbers are in
NEDCO,
cities, right?
Yes.
Okay.
VALCO's own is in dollars, $32 million.
Right, okay.
Because their payment is dollar index.
All right.
NEDCO, which is Northern Electricity Distribution Company, owes us 177 million Ghana cedis as of September 30th, 2019. And so that is where we are. We think that we have a role to play in all these matters.
Okay. Now, I've got to say, it's not a surprise for Ghanaians to learn that GRIDCo is owed so much money. We've been aware all this time, but can you tell us what has led to the staff, senior staff, deciding to take action at this point? Why is it that the senior staff are doing something about it? Why not the whole organization of GRIDCo? Why not your CEO and so forth?
Actually, it's not the senior staff. Let me make this correction. We are all together, and we need partner management to do all these works. So it's not the senior staff. It's both the leadership, the whole GRIDCo staff. We are under pressure.
So it's the entirety of the staff.
Entire.
Okay, but it's still the staff. It's not sort of the entity itself that is making these announcements and announcing these strikes. It's the staff, right? Are you doing this with the support of your board and your CEOs and so forth?
I may not say in the support of the board, but we are feeling it. We are in it. I'm a maintenance man, a pure maintenance man, and we know the way we are struggling. When you come to Tafo, where I'm coming from, we are having a breakers which are over 40 years to be changed, but because of we don't have money, they are sitting down there.
Wait, explain that again. Breakers which should be changed.
Yes.
How often? How often should they be changed?
I think they are over age and they have to completely take them out from the system.
Right. So
we are managing it.
They have been used for 40 years.
Yes.
I'm trying to understand, normally, how long should such breakers be used for? Normally, before you change them?
I think let me come in there. It's a cycle. You know, we have cycle of maintenance.
Right.
Sometimes you have the spares. When the equipment is unrepairable, you have to change it.
Yes.
And with time, you know, technology changes.
Yeah.
So if technology changes, it means you have to also be in tune with the new technology.
So what I'm trying to explain to our audience is I want them to understand how outdated these breakers are. You understand?
Yeah.
So in your normal maintenance cycle, how long should breakers be used before they are changed normally?
It depends on the manufacturer and the amount of pressure that the equipment has been subjected to.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't have a time frame. Sometimes maybe there is a schedule about 10 years. You have to phase out all the breakers that are in the system.
Okay. So I want to understand the relationship between the staff who are embarking on this action and the institution of GRIDCo itself. I mean, you've mentioned that perhaps you can't say that the board is supporting, but how about, you know, the executive committee, management? Are they in support of this action by GRIDCo staff?
For us, we think that we are major stakeholders in running the organization. And frequently we have consultative meetings with our management where we bring out issues which borders on the operations of the operation and maintenance of systems and other things. And so at various meetings, management also have challenges because we bring out the issues and they say there is no money. So we think that apart from they being managers, you can be an effective manager when you have the liquid to manage and turn things around. Apart from that, are you managing your figures? And so for us, whether management is in support or not, we are major stakeholders and we think that we are more than management. In fact, if GRIDCo should collapse, they management, how many are they? We numbered over 900 staff.
Yeah.
They are just a little above 20, below 20. And so you can see the impact it's going to have on staff.
So how was it when PDS was in place in terms of, you know, the flow of some of these monies to GRIDCo? Was it better?
Actually, when PDS came, that's why I say initially that we heaved a sigh of relief when PDS came because we have seen an enhanced payment. You bill PDS about 46 million and they will pay you about 35 or 40 million a month. So you can see that the payment was enhanced under PDS. When PDS was suspended, we realized ECG has gone back to their old tricks. Even though PDS was on the ground, you know, ECG mandated PDS to be collecting the money for them because of the suspension. So after they've exited, PDS has collected some money. So what is expected of ECG to do is to pay us that money. But still, they are holding on to the money. I must say that just last week, they issued 2 checks, but it bounced at the bank.
Wow.
Yes, it bounced.
Can you give us more details here? How much were these checks for? Do you know?
9 million.
9 million?
Yes.
And
it bounced.
Which banks?
Well, that one, we normally they have a lot of banks that they deal with. Yes, so we can clarify on that particular bank.
Okay, but 2 checks for 9 million each, or total of 9 million? 9 million each, and they bounced.
Yes.
That's interesting. All right. So help us understand a bit more about the impact that this has on the workers. You know, you've talked about maintenance. That's your area. You know, so the money is not coming. You can't do the logistical work it takes to keep the electricity flowing. And how else does some of these debts make it difficult for you to do your job?
Yeah. Like I said earlier on, staff have sacrificed a lot. You see, nowadays we pre-finance most of the maintenance.
Okay. And GRIDCo pre-finances.
Yes. Yeah. But now we pre-finance it. You go, you use your own money.
Wait, the staff?
Yeah, the staff.
Wow.
Now daily maintenance, trekking, whatever it is. So you see that workers, they are forcing, they are doing their best they can, but we can't bear it anymore. GRIDCo work is such a work that anytime they call you, whether it's raining or shining, fast, we are going. Now, everybody is complaining here and there. You hear someone get hurt. Why? Because the concentration is not there. I mean, you go and carry and they are not giving you your money, your own money that you use. In fact, it's too much for us now.
So it's causing injuries?
Yes.
Wow. So tell me, if you go ahead with your proposed industrial action, what effect will it have on the supply of electricity?
Before I come to that, let me throw more light on the impact it's having on staff. You know, we are cut across the length and breadth of this country. We have towers, transmission line traversing forest areas, thick forests, across rivers here and there. Staff have to go and do maintenance. Now, in traveling from one location to another, you have to be accommodated in a hotel. What is happening now is that hoteliers are denying us those facilities because we owe them huge sums of money. Apart from that, when you get injured on the job, you have to go to hospital. Hospitals are denying us that facility because we owe them huge sums of money, which we are not paying. And so it brings a lot of what we call mind-boggling and then unconcentrated on the job.
It's affecting your state of mind.
Yeah, state of mind. In fact, as we speak now, you know, mostly when we go and they deny these facilities, we have to pre-finance some of the hotels' payment. And you come in, the company will reimburse you. From 2017, we have an outstanding reimbursement that the company has to do. But because of these financial challenges, they are not paying. And it's a worry to staff. We have our 2017 bonus, which is to be paid, is not paid. 2018 bonus, which is to be paid, is not paid. 2019 has come. Moreover, we have been adjudged the best power utility company in Africa for 3 consecutives running.
In spite of all of these difficulties.
Challenges. So staff are working under excruciating conditions. And we think that, look, this is the time for us to act. Else, we don't know what will happen.
So tell us, because I wanted to know the impact this will have on the supply of electricity once you start this industrial action.
Well, for us, we think that the issues we have itemized, management will also push government to pay the money because, one, under emergency conditions, you avoid everything that you are doing and you run to the job. But we are not doing it. So it means that if a line should drop today and staff are called after working hours, nobody is going to attend to it. Yes. It will be run into the following day, which will be treated as normal working, normal work. It will not be under emergency, unlike those days, where in the night when you are called, you have to take your car and run and go and do it. Sometimes 9 p.m. people climb towers just to rectify faults. People go to substations just to make sure that a transformer that is overloaded, as a result of money which is not there for us to replace, staff will go and make sure that they attend to and rectify so that transformer will not be blown off. And so all these things, the impact is that your guess is as good as mine.
So I'm envisaging situations where some of these emergency situations, which will not be attended to, will result in power being cut off to hospitals, incubators in which babies are being kept alive. All of these things will lose power. Surgery will be interrupted, putting patients' health in danger. You know, how do you feel about this? You know, as you contemplate your action.
If you follow the trend of events in the power sector, this is the first time GRIDCo staff are embarking on such a. It tells you that we have been accommodating enough. We have been accommodating. In fact, it is not our wish that we should see this nation plunge into darkness. No, because after all, we are selling commodity.
Yes.
And the more we sell, the more we get money. So how do we say that we will not deliberately, we will just not sell our commodity? No, it won't happen. But under the condition in which we are, we think that we have done enough, and enough is enough. Staff are saying that, look, it takes two to tango.
So when you made this announcement, have you had any response yet?
Well, we just finished with the press conference a while ago, and we are yet to get a response from the appropriate quarters or whoever matters in this whole saga.
Well, we will certainly be paying very close attention to what happens next. This is a matter of national importance, so we certainly hope that we get a quick and clean resolution.
Let me just add that, you see, because of this financial situation, our transmission lines are overgrown. And you see, a line that traverses through forest, thick forest, I mean, there's the likelihood that trees will touch the lines and it will. So I believe that there are a lot happening on the ground.
All right. Well, I wish you all the very best. Let's see how this all unfolds. Until then, though, thank you both very much for making the time to be with us here in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.